Hey everybody, it's Phil Serzula from Select Software Reviews, and today we're talking about HR software, the best vendors, HRIS, HRMS, whatever you want to call it, sort of that core HR system, houses your employee records, probably also deals with stuff like payroll, PTO, onboarding, performance management, maybe even ATS. So first of all, how do we do this research? So if you're familiar with Select Software Reviews, we are sort of a go-to resource for HR and TA professionals to find and buy the right tools, anything from ATS to AI. We do a ton of research, and then we put together what we feel is truly the best shortlist of vendors, along with all the other information that you really need to know to buy this software. Questions asked on demos, pricing guidelines, etc. So what do we do for HR software specifically? Well, as you probably know, there are hundreds of different vendors for HR software. And so we do a lot of online research to understand which of them maybe had layoffs recently, which of them have underperforming APIs. And we cut that list down. We do demos with the vendors. We understand their financial profile. We talk to users. We talk to people in our expert network who are sort of third-party referrals. And we get this down to a short list. And I don't put a number here because this number is always evolving. We want it to be very manageable so that you can look at all the different companies on that short list. But we don't want it to be two vendors because for your company, you might want something that's very bare bones. Somebody else might want something that's a little bit more robust. So let's talk about where we think you should go from here, your process to buy the right HR software. First and foremost, talk to your internal stakeholders that matter, C-suite, IT, the hiring managers at your company to understand, do you have the budget? What sort of timeline can you implement this on? And do you have any sort of specific info security questions that need to be answered? If you check all those boxes, then dive right in. Get an organizer spreadsheet together. You can download one in this page and get your top vendors here on the top, your need to have and nice to have features here, and just start making really detailed notes as you do demos with these vendors on the most important aspects so that you can, at the end of the day, make the right decision. And for us, the decision-making criteria, it can come down to a couple of different things, specifically depending on your company. But some of the most important aspects here are, one, does it meet your main criteria? And does it meet sort of the basic criteria of making sure that you're checking your boxes on the compliance aspect of things, that this is a mobile optimized platform, all that stuff that you really expect from a modern HR software. Automation, how is this going to save your team time? We look at employee satisfaction with using one of these things because your employees are probably going to use it to do PTO, to maybe do one-on-ones, performance management, probably employee engagement. But it's also important to take into consideration the satisfaction of your HR and recruiting teams. And so involve them all with demos to get a feel for how they like the workflows that relate to how they're going to interact with this tool. Lastly, data is becoming so important these days, especially in the HR sphere where we are under higher pressure. There's a higher bar for us to get stuff through the budgeting process. And so we want to have the data to understand how the employees are doing, the employee lifecycle, how it's changing when we do things like an employer branding campaign or new employee engagement or ERGs or whatever the case may be. If you have a robust HRIS, HRMS, HR software suite, whatever you want to call it, you're going to be able to better understand these things, make better decisions, get the budget for that next passion project that you have. Phil Serzula from Select Software Reviews. Again, use our site, our free research for everything from ATS to AI, and best of luck when looking at new HR software. Let us know how it goes.